This is not the war you've always known. These manifest change in your prayers. And I'll be Zion, sing a song in a foreign land. This is not who you are. This is not who we are. No. It's not enough anymore to say your mouth. No, no. Your love and zeal is draining and fire going out. You wanna be like the world when they should be you. This is not who you are. Get up, soldier. This is not your rest. You slept too long. You slept too long now. Come home, child. This is not your rest. You straight to burn. Get up, church. This is not your rest. You slept too long. You slept too long. Come back home, church. Come back.
Let he that have
to your
ears,
first
let
love.
him hear what the Spirit is saying.
Ooh, child, come home now. This is not your rest. You slept too long. You strayed too far. No, no, no. Come back to your first love.
Praise God. It's another wonderful day. We bless you again. Tonight is another edition of the Hangout. Remember, we are of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG Graceville. So today, it's an opportunity to be here again tonight. We'll be talking about a very important topic that says developing an excellent self-esteem. You and I know that we need to develop an excellent self-esteem. And today, we are proud to have somebody in the house today, an important guest, Prophetess Bemisola Ambode, in the house today to help in dissecting what it means to develop an excellent self-esteem. Also, I have also in the house Mrs. Tomilola Daniel in the house today, who will be anchoring this section of the Hangout. Remember, we are of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. Please ensure you like us on our Facebook, RCCG Graceville. Like, share, and also bring your comments. Join us on this Hangout tonight and be blessed. Now, in the house.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. It's really an honor to have you here today, and we thank you for making our time to be with us. Yeah. And today we'll be discussing developing an excellent self-esteem, and I just came to realize that I think it's something we need to talk about when you consider what's going on in the society, Nigeria today, even all over the world. Yeah. So before, as we get started, I'd like to ask you, developing an excellent self-esteem. Wow. What is self-esteem itself? If I was to come across to someone, okay, self-esteem, okay, what is it? What's your own idea of what self-esteem is?
Thank you, Sister Tomi. Self-esteem is the way we feel about ourselves, about our emotional being. You know, because we all are made in a way that we have emotions, either good or bad. Yes. So self-esteem in its own self is the way we feel about ourselves.
So in your own definition, in your own little way or simple way of explaining now is self-esteem is the way I feel about myself, whether I feel good or I feel bad. Or indifferent. Yeah. Wow. So why is self-esteem so important? Since it's about myself. Wow. Yeah. Why is self-esteem so important?
Well, self-esteem is very important because it helps us to checkmate our feelings. Okay. It helps us to balance our moods. Okay. It helps us to discover the other person. Okay. You know, like I said, it's the way we feel about ourselves. You know, it's the way we feel about other people also, not just ourselves alone. So it helps us to know what each person has, the kind of feeling they have, how to deal with them, how to checkmate our own feelings or how to relate with other people. So self-esteem in general term is very important for every human being. Yes, we need to know how we feel at a particular point in time, because it all depends on timing also.
Okay, so are we saying that self-esteem, since it's a way we feel about ourselves, is it something that is temporal? Like, okay, maybe it has to do with few hours or few days, or for a very long period of time?
Wow. Self-esteem is a feeling, it's a mood. And because the feeling is a mood, it goes off and on. But when we develop a particular part of self-esteem, over the time, it becomes a part of us. Okay. It doesn't go away. Okay. For instance, a child who is growing up, who was taught a good self-esteem, a high self-esteem, over the years has built that confidence. That thing is part of that child. It cannot do away with that kind of child. You can't tell him negative things and he will accept it, because over the years he has been built to to have confidence in himself. Okay. So it's not something that can easily go, except if the person is just trying to develop it from the scratch. But when a child is being taught that way from the scratch, it becomes part and parcel of that child. Yes.
So what are the types of self-esteem that we have?
Like I said earlier on, we have majorly, for our own discussion here, we have about 3. Okay. We have low self-esteem, we have high self-esteem, and we have no self-esteem.
Wow.
Now, no self-esteem are the ones who are indifferent about anything in life. They don't show concern, they are not bothered about whatever happens to anybody or to themselves. We have people like that. They may not be much. Okay. Then we have people who have low self-esteem. Those are the ones who, for other people, they appreciate other people. When it comes to themselves, they think negative about themselves. They don't appreciate themselves. Wow. They see nothing good about themselves. They believe everything is wrong about themselves. It's about them. Then those who have high self-esteem are those who appreciate themselves. They are positive thinkers. They see everything working out good. They confess positive to themselves. They believe that they can do it. Even when they feel they cannot do it, but they still say, I can still do it.
There's positivity in them.
Yes, so that they have that confidence. Either you like it or not, they tell you, I can do it. So those are the ones that have high self-esteem. Yeah.
So because you're talking about developing
excellent
self-esteem, which means everyone, or 90%, in short, it's advisable for everyone to have a good, excellent, a superb self-esteem. That means they should be able to appreciate themselves a lot. Yeah. So I would like to ask, how do we identify? Or before I go further, I would like to ask, what is the difference? Are there people that, how will I put it, you talked about high self-esteem. Yeah. Doesn't it tilt towards being proud? Pride. Yeah. You know, when you see, oh, I can do it.
I can do it.
You know, I can. Even when you know that, oh boy, this thing, don't you tell me to? Can't some people consider it to be proud? Yeah. So how do we draw that line between someone with a high self-esteem and someone who is exhibiting pride?
Okay, pride in itself is a character that is built by inner sensibility. Why self-esteem is something is part of who we are as a person. Okay. Now, pride is not part of who we are. It comes upon you. You know, it's a spirit. Looking at it from the biblical term, it's a spirit. Yes. Okay. So pride can come in and go. Okay. But self-esteem is something you build over time. So if you want to say somebody is proud, you will know that this person is proud, because usually people that are proud are those who have low self-esteem. Yeah. Those who have high self-esteem, they are usually humble. There's one character attached to them, which is humility. One very important character is humility. Wow. Because the reason why somebody who has low self-esteem wants to show themselves is because they don't have it, so they want to tell you they have it.
And actually now exhibit it in a negative way. Wow.
So there's this pride attached to it. They can't do it. They are nothing, but they want to show there are something. Sure, you get. So, and usually, there was a joke sometimes said by someone that those who are very short, they're usually proud. And in a way,
it seems to be, it looks true.
Because those who are usually proud, they want to show their presence in a place. So because of the low self-esteem of they being short.
Yes.
So then there's pride. Pride comes in, and actually pride is not part of self-esteem. Pride is from having good self-esteem. Having good self-esteem is you saying I can do what other people feel I cannot do.
Okay.
Pride is you having a character, a borrowed character from another world, from the spirit world, which is from the devil itself. Okay. So it's not part of self-esteem at all. Yes, it's a different thing. So humility is not part of having high self-esteem. Yes.
Okay. So thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am, for that differentiation. So I'd like to ask, beyond, I would like to put it, someone who has low self-esteem not being able to accept him or herself or feeling negative towards each other, what are other ways that someone can identify someone with a low self-esteem?
Wow, so numerous a way.
Okay.
The first one, like we said earlier on, is they're always negative.
Okay.
When you see somebody with a low self-esteem, they are very anxious. Always anxious. They are self-cautious. They want to ask you 21 times, am I beautiful? Do you think I'm beautiful? Oh, are you for real? They want to ask you over and over again because they are not sure. That means they lack confidence in themselves. That's one of the things. They don't believe in what they can do. They seek out for other people's opinions. They're always liking to oh, what do you feel about this? Even when they know that it could be true or it could be a lie. Right. So those are the kind of people that end up into wrong relationships because they want to be loved. They want to be owned. They want to be loved. They want to be liked. They want people to praise them. And they end up getting into the wrong hands in terms of marriage and relationships. They are everywhere there. So those are the people that suffer low self-esteem. They are aggressive towards life, towards themselves. And usually they get depressed. They get angry easily.
So which means people with low self-esteem have the susceptibility of getting into depression. They are more prone to depression.
99%. They are the ones that get into depression. In fact, medically proven, those with low self-esteem, if not treated, end up depressed. And you know what depression does? It's a long thread. It brings in a kind of loss of confidence, loss of trust in yourself. You don't want to go on with life. It brings in suicide. Yeah. It brings in hypertension. Because over the years, it turns into disease and sickness. Yes. It brings then hypertension leads to cardiac arrest, heart attack, stroke, death. Wow. So when you look at the trend, depression didn't just come from anywhere. It started from a feeling. And that feeling was built over time. Wow. So it's not something that just happened overnight. Yeah. It came from the fact that somebody said you are not beautiful.
Or you think I'm not beautiful. You're not beautiful.
Without, because of the people's opinion is what matters to them. Not about what they feel. So they take that thing very seriously and then they act on it. Then they start taking it, they say I'm not beautiful. Imagine me, I'm not beautiful. Those are the people that cannot handle loss of anything. They can't handle loss of life, of their loved ones. They can't handle loss of jobs. Oh my God, they can kill themselves over anything. Because they feel everything is over just because of that simple loss.
It is well. Thank you very much now. So I would like to ask, it's another thing for someone to be able to identify that this person is suffering from low self-esteem. Yeah. But is it possible that someone would have low self-esteem, as you may? Is it possible for me, Tomilola, to have low self-esteem and I would not know?
You will know in a way. Okay. Do you know why? Because you may not see it as a low self-esteem initially. You might feel like maybe it's just being, they call it staying at my corner. Just,
I did my lane.
Yes. But usually it causes, is a deception of the devil. Because what it does for you is that it opens you up to different kinds of temptations from the devil. It opens you up to attacks. So the person will know that I'm always feeling bad about myself. You will know that every time when they ask you, you're always negative. You know, it's not something that you don't know. When they say, can you do it? I can't do it. Are you sure? Give it a try. No, I can't try it. Me, I can't even do it. Wow. You're always negative. So it's something, it's subconscious. You know it. that every time they ask you, you're always negative, you're always confessing bad things, you know, and, you know, over the time. So it's something that you know.
Okay. Yeah. But I would like to, from what you just said now, I'd like to draw out a question. You know, there are times that even someone with a high self-esteem, you just know that you are being asked to do something. And maybe because you've not tried such a thing before, it's not everybody that has this kind of boldness. I'm like, okay, let me give it a try. You know, when you're asked to do something, maybe you are told to come in for something that has to do with preparation.
Okay.
And you're like, don't even bother. I cannot do this thing.
Without even giving it a try.
Without even giving it a try. Does it have anything to do with low self-esteem? Some people will tell you that, I beg, I don't want to fall my hand, though. Maybe if they don't tell me beforehand, maybe if they are told, yes, I for don't, you know, I for don't prep up myself, say this thing I won't do, I for don't they try and for house. So, how do we differentiate? I believe there are people with high self-esteem and feels, I've built my, let me put this word, my reputation to a level. I don't want to, you know, disappoint myself. I don't want to, you know, taint my image. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to try it.
Yes.
Does that mean that person is suffering from low self-esteem, or doesn't just want to, how will I put it, just getting unprepared?
Yeah.
So how do we differentiate that?
Like I said earlier on, you know, self-esteem has grades also.
Yeah.
Low self-esteem and high self-esteem has grades.
Yeah.
Some people that are suffering from these things in the 100 level percentage. Some 70, some 60, some 50, some 0.
Okay.
They don't have nothing.
Okay.
You get, as in they are just low.
Okay.
Now, for somebody who is in that category who says, oh, I don't want to give it a try, the person still have an iota of low self-esteem. Because one thing about high self-esteem is confidence. One character that is attached to a very high self-esteem is confidence. Confidence means believing in yourself. That's what confidence means. Okay. Trusting in yourself. Now, it means that I have not done it before, but I can give it a try.
Okay.
If I give it a try, if I don't get everything, but I will get to a particular level.
Yeah, okay.
So that is what confidence means. Confidence means giving something a try that you don't even know nothing about. So for someone to say, I don't want to fall my hand, that person still have an iota of low self-esteem. Even if the person is still working in a particular aspect. When you check the person's life, something is missing. So for us to work in fullness of that self-esteem is for you to have total confidence.
We should be being able to face life, take the bull
head
by
on.
Yeah.
Without even knowing what is ahead of you. Yes.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yeah.
So I'd like to also know, you know, you already said we have no self-esteem, we have low self-esteem, and we have high self-esteem. Is it possible that one can confuse humility or low self-esteem for humility? You know, they're just like, no, you know, don't worry, brother, you know, or don't worry, I can't do this, or, you know, they just give you this.
Attitude.
Yes, I'm believing that maybe people with low self-esteem are those ones that, you know, withdraw, they are calm, or something. Or rather, you just say, oh, this person is humble. You don't know that this person is suffering. Like, suffering from low self-esteem. So how do we identify somebody who is humble, who is gentle, who has a calm character or a calm nature, to someone who has low self-esteem, or who is suffering from low self-esteem? So how do we draw the line? Like someone would say there's difference between humility and humiliation or something. Now, I don't know how to
somebody who is humble, like I said before, is a spirit that comes upon you. You know, humility is part of the gift of the Spirit. It's part of what we as Christians are supposed to have. Now, self-esteem is our being. It's what we are created from the scratch. We are not given that by God. I mean, by the Spirit of God.
Spirit of God.
We're born by a self-esteem. Now, you now depend on how you now do it. Either you make it low or you make it high.
Which means, from what you're saying now, you're telling me that as a child of God, you don't have to be a child of God. You don't have to be born again. You don't have to be a Christian to build your self-esteem.
Yes.
So either a Muslim, a pagan, a Christian, you can have a self-esteem. Okay.
Even in fact, if you check out in the world today, we find that most in the outward, I don't want to use that word in the Christendom, those in the outward, the
other side,
they tend to work in these principles more than we Christians. Yes. Because they understand, that life is all it takes. We are not carrying this life on our heads. So now, you're talking about the humility aspect and the low self-esteem aspect. Humility is a spirit that comes into us when we give our life to Christ, when, because sometimes...
As we grow as
Christians.
Yes,
it's a spirit that, it's part of the gift of the spirit and everything. But low self-esteem has its own character, has its own children.
Yeah.
It's negative. Humility is not a negative spirit. Humility is just like, humility is like bringing your self-worth, acting low.
Yeah.
Though you are not low.
Low, yeah.
But low self-esteem is acting low to the minimum level. Either whatever, it doesn't even believe even the person has content. You see, act low. Somebody who can do it, that you and I know that can do it, says I cannot do it. But that day you did it now, I can't do it. So humility is acting low. Somebody who has a high content acting low, coming down low.
To your level.
To your level, in all aspects. But low self-esteem is a negative trait, is a negative character. Does not have anything to do with humility.
Okay, thank you, ma. I want to believe that low self-esteem or no self-esteem doesn't just happen in a day.
At all, my sister.
You said it from your word. You said it's a series of events, is a series or a chain of incidences or events that builds up to one or a person having low self-esteem or no self-esteem or even high self-esteem. So since you're focusing on developing an excellent self-esteem, that means our focus is on people with low self-esteem and no self-esteem to be able to come to the realization of who they are. So now I would like to ask, what are the causes? People will tell you that once you know the cause of a problem, the solution comes. So what are the causes of low self-esteem or even no self-esteem?
Yeah, thank you very much, Toby. You see, this didn't happen from our foundation.
Yeah.
The Bible said it all. Said, when the foundation was destroyed, what can the righteous do? Who are the righteous? People like you and I. People who are in the streets, who are suffering from this particular trait. It all boils down to where we were given birth, our background. Some of us, our parents, are not positive people. They are always using negative words on us. And these are things that have built up over time. I told you earlier on, a child cannot grow up to a level with a particular trait, if not that somebody from somewhere has been telling him good or bad things, or nothing at all. There are some kids that at home, no word is being spoken to them as they grow up. No good boy. Oh, you can do it. Oh, excellent. No words, not even bad, not even good. They don't even know what it means to say good words. They don't even know what it means to say nice things to people. They don't have no self-esteem. They don't have any feelings towards anybody. They are nonchalant towards life. Those who with low self-esteem are those who were brought up by parents who every time they call them names. You call your child names because of a simple mistake, Olodo or something, the way we say it in this part of the world. And then the child grows up to become Olodo. It's a word. This was are spirits. Those children are spirits. We all are spirit beings. So when you keep telling a child a particular word for a very long time, the child tends toward that direction and becomes that thing. So the child builds up and says, after all, daddy and mommy says, I'm a nobody. I don't know it. Then so also, so also the other side, if you continue to tell the child good things about him or herself, the child grows towards achieving that thing, and they become great people in life. Yeah. So apart from apart from the background, we have environment too, where we are staying. People sometimes they are negative in their confessions. When you are staying in a place where every time they are telling you impossibilities all the time, everything becomes impossible. Another one is confession. The things we say with our mouths, it is not possible. I can't do it. It's a lie. Everything is negative. There are so many causes to these things, but majorly it's from the background, from where we came from.
Thank you very much, ma'am. So now, people would want to, relate to these things. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
I know the Bible.
Yeah.
I've given my life to Christ,
Yeah.
but I'm still suffering from low self-esteem.
Yeah.
Do we have biblical examples? People we can relate to
Yeah.
in the Bible that suffered low self-esteem,
Yeah.
but God was able to redeem them.
Yeah.
So I would like us to talk on that.
Yeah.
But before we go to that, I would like us to take a break and see what our viewers are saying, their comments, their questions, and say a very welcome to them on this show.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mrs. Tomilola Daniels, and thank you to Prophetess Ambode Bemisola. Thank you for all the things I've been saying. It's been wonderful so far, and I want to use this privilege to say thank you to Pastor Shola Oluwolafe Olawole Sani, Femi Johnson, Jerry Abel, and everyone that is still expected to join us on this Hangout today. We say thank you from everywhere you are watching us right now. Remember, we are talking about developing excellent self-esteem. I have some comments here that I just want to quickly read out before we proceed on this conversation tonight. It says, self-esteem is the way you feel about yourself. Someone said, self-esteem to me could also mean self-awareness of myself emotionally, physically, and mentally. It's a total internal and external feeling about myself. Somebody also comments, there are types of self-esteem, just like we heard, high self-esteem, low self-esteem, and no self-esteem. Somebody also said, I got that. Humility is even a sign of excellent self-esteem. Low self-esteem presents itself to you in form of you always being negative about things, about life. Everybody has self-esteem. It now depends on how you build it. Somebody also says, please, how do you undo a scenario when some people say overconfidence is disturbing you? Or is there anything like overconfidence? We trust that more of your comments and some of your questions as regards this topic comes up as we proceed in this edition tonight. Back to the house. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pastor Femi Johnson. So before we go to our question, I would like us to attend to the question one of our viewers just asked. What happens when you're faced with this situation and they are telling you, oh, you too know they do you, overconfidence, they worry you. Not only you sabi, and because, you know, you've been in a situation whereby you feel, oh, if they're not willing to do it, I can do it. And people will be like, not only you they here. So what does such person do in such situation?
Well, like we all know, I said we are spirit being, and because we belong to the spirit world here. Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. It didn't say I can do some things. It didn't say I can do few things. All things. Even the one I was not taught, I can do it. Even the ones that you think, oh, it's bigger than me. That is why they say you have overconfidence. Let them say it. I can do it. That's what the Bible tells me in Philippians 4:13. I can do all things. All things. Including the ones my superior cannot do. I can do it.
Because the Spirit of God resides in you.
Yeah.
So when you are when you have situations whereby people question your ability,
like
what is it? Tell them you are called
to
do all things.
Not just few.
Not few.
Yeah.
Not some. Not half. All things through Christ that strengthens you, through God that has given you that ability. So we move back to our question. What are the biblical, examples? Examples of people that we can learn from? You know, beyond this, people with low self-esteem, we have a lot outside there. Because I discovered that if low self-esteem is the reason why we have a lot of sexual issues today in the society, is a reason why we have a lot of drug issues in the society today, is the reason why a lot of people cannot stand up to the challenges of life. Now, beyond we talking about this topic, a lot of Christians will want to go on their own and say, okay,
give me an example.
Yes. What can I relate to? What can I draw inspiration from the Bible? So that they would know that, see, you're not different. I think at some point in my life, I also suffered low self-esteem. And that was because I was in secondary school and I was in science. And the school I went to, they projected science as
the best.
As the best. See,
Yeah.
if you study science, you have made it in life.
Yes,
You've gotten
I'm
a good
telling
job.
you.
And I went into science.
Wow.
And lo and behold, I was struggling. And I grew up as a very brilliant child. I didn't know what it means to become a sixth person in class. I didn't know what it means to become a fifth person.
Wow.
So, now going into secondary school, changing school to a higher secondary school and being in SS1, and I began to struggle. I saw myself almost at the bottom of the class, and I was like,
wow,
where is this coming from? And people began to call me names. No, not even people. My mom was like, what is going on? I had a teacher whom I will never forget, who always tell me, you're a failure. A lesson teacher who was supposed to build my confidence. You're a failure. You better don't allow your mother to be struggling and paying your fees. You better go and sell pepper so that, and I will cry from the beginning of that tutorial to the end until the day my dad discovered and said, young man, please, I don't want you to teach my daughter again.
my gosh.
And that was like a freedom for me. And somebody else came into the picture, another teacher. And within the same school, he would tell me, you can do it.
That is it.
There's no big deal about this thing.
Yeah.
Just see it this way, just see it this way, just see it this
gosh.
way. And that was how he was able to build my confidence.
Wow.
And later on, I picked up. And I had the confidence to tell my mother, I'm not doing science again.
I want to do something
I will
else.
do something else.
Wow.
And that was the beginning of my breakthrough. Now, a lot of people, different things could cause low self-esteem.
Yeah.
Now, what people,
The Bible.
can relate to?
Yeah, presently I have 3 examples from the Bible.
Yes,
One is Mary in Luke chapter 1 verse 48. And where, when the angel Gabriel came to Mary to tell her that you're going to conceive a child, Jesus. The first word she said, how come me of all people that you came to my low estate? If you look at the scriptures, she said low estate. That low estate signifies low self-esteem. That you are coming to this my downgrading. To me, carry Jesus. So for me, she was suffering from low self-esteem because prior to that there was no story written about her. Said that she conceived and through all her life you will see that she was this easygoing person. That one is a different topic on its own. But Mary was one of the person. Mephibosheth in the Bible, in the book of 2 Samuel. Another person. When David said, "Is there anybody in the house of Saul still alive that I could do good unto the person?" When Ziba was servant to Saul and Mephibosheth. When he brought Mephibosheth, a crippled who fell from his mother's back during the wartime. When he saw David, do you know what he did? The first thing he said, he bowed down. He said, I can't even.
He compared himself with a dog.
A dead dog. He said, I'm like a dead dog before you. That is a low self-esteem person talking. The other person is Gideon in the Bible, in the book of Judges also. When Gideon was asking God, why is this thing happening to your own chosen people? That time God allowed them to suffer because of their disobedience. They were so stiff-necked. So God actually allowed, the enemy to attack them. Then Gideon was praying one day and he asked God, why are you allowing these people that, whatever. The God said, you that are complaining, you are their leader. Go and lead them. He said, me, the poorest of the family of Manasseh, the smallest family. Those words. Self-esteem has to do with words. Before it becomes to show in our character, it's words. So when you look at those people from those words they said, they've destroyed their images, their self-confidence with those negative words. That Gideon said, I, the poorest from the smallest family, Manasseh, how can I be the one to lead the people? What do I have? I don't have weapons, I don't have money. How will I get money to lead them? That was low self-esteem in action.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Was there a way God was able to help these people like Gideon, Mary, and Mephibosheth,
Yes.
in coming out of this low self-esteem.
Yeah, Bible did not really talk about those things as a whole.
Yes.
But it always pointed to us that what they said. But over the time, you could see that when God came into the picture, there was a different scenario.
Yeah.
So it means that whosoever is suffering from low self-esteem, when God comes into the picture, things changes. As far as God is coming into the picture, things changes. And remember that this thing was caused by a particular environment. It wasn't born by God. It wasn't that God had put it there. It was the feeling that was built into them over the years or over whatever. So when God, the owner of life, who made them in his own image, comes into the picture, things changes.
So are you saying that the first thing someone suffering from low self-esteem should do is to first allow God step in?
Yeah, in a way, because it has to do with the person realizing that I have this thing first. Knowing that I have this low self-esteem first. Because you need to accept that you have a problem before you can deal with the problem. When you know that, then you evaluate yourself, you know at what level, at what rates, at what percentage. Is it high? Is the low self-esteem very high? Is it low? Is it 50%? Is it 30%? Is it that maybe something I can easily work on? Then, with some other things in place, there are other things like dieting, like treating ourselves nice. Sometimes the reason why we feel very low about ourselves is because we feel that you're not treating me right. But excuse me, I don't need to wait for you to treat me right before I treat myself right. So one of the ways, that's why we have most ladies these days being maltreated by men. Because they want the man to do everything for them. They believe that the man should pay their bills, the man should take them out, should buy this, buy that. At the end of the day, when he's not doing it, they feel very low. They feel condemned. So the first thing is you accepting yourself. I can do it. Take yourself out. Buy yourself ice cream if you can. For me, I don't advise ice cream because it's not healthy. Yes. Just take yourself out and, do some other things that you think the man should do for you. The man is not the God over your life. You can actually do. Some of us, is because of our shapes. They believe, ooh, I'm too fat. In fact, I have some people that will say, because of their shape, some people have even taken suicide, whatever, just because of the guy said you are too fat.
Wow.
After many years, then he dumped her and said you are too fat. I can't marry you. Wow. Excuse me. We were created in the image of God. Genesis 1:26-27. That is the image. That is the confidence we should have. The image that God has is the same way I look. So if you don't like the way you look, then change it by doing exercise. Change your diet. So for me, I would advise anyone who is suffering from low self-esteem in the category of shape or posture to watch their diet, what they eat, avoid fatty food, avoid sugary food, avoid fried foods, go on exercise, then believe in what you have. Sometimes the way you dress matters. Probably you have a good shape, but what you wear makes you bogus. Change your dress sense, excuse me. Before you know it, the person that says you are not fine will say, Omo, what have you done to yourself?
Wow.
Because you have changed your perception about yourself. So it's not about what people say, it's about what you say about you. And because God said so, then it is so.
Thank you very much, man. So I would like to ask, what does the scripture have to say? We are Christians within the confines of Christianity. What does the scripture have to say concerning our self-esteem, our personality? Because I believe your personality also has to do with your self-esteem, your identity, how you see yourself, your future, because I believe God has a purpose for us, your future, and life in general.
Yeah, coming from the creation, God, our creator, from the first day, he said, he called them. Do you know what he called? He called Jesus then. To us, we felt that Jesus was not in existence. He was in existence from the first day. He said, come, let us make man in our image. So for me, identity and self-esteem is part of God's plan for man. It was in the creation that he made it. He told the Holy Spirit, he told God, he told angels, every one of them, come, let us make man. So the way I am looking is the way God is looking. The way I feel is the way God is feeling. So if God is feeling, I can do it, then I can do it. But in the agenda of God, there's nothing like low self-esteem, but good self-esteem, which is a high self-esteem. So God would not allow us to suffer from those things. And that's why he said, I have made you in the image of God. to have dominion. So anyone who is suffering from this thing should go back to the book of Genesis chapter 1, 26 to 27. Should go and read it very well and see what God said about him or herself. Male and female created he them to have dominion over what? Over all these things we're talking about. Over even the things we think that we want to amass. Yes. That is giving us this stress. Sometimes you feel because you don't have a car, your mate has a car, is that why you should feel low? No. It's for a temporal time. And car is not even in the agenda of God as one of his things. Car is just a mere luxury. It's a means to life. It's not the way. It's not the exact thing that we actually need to get to heaven anyway. So, from that book of Philippians 4:13 said, I can do all things. So if you think that, oh, you're feeling bad, people say you cannot, tell them I can do it. He said, I can do all things. It doesn't matter what. Marriage, I can do it. Oh, you're too small. You don't know anything. I can do it. Oh, this job is too big for you. Your mate. You know, like there was somebody that came and said, for a particular position in an office, they were looking for people from the ages of 45 above for that position. It was a managing director of a big company. And this guy is about 35. He said, no, you're too young for this job. He said, no, I can do it. Wow. He said, are you sure you can do it? Okay, they gave him an exam. He passed the exam. He said, I said I can do this thing. By the time he came out to talk, they were like, wow, you can actually do it. It's what he said. It's not because they wanted to take him. It's the way he sold himself. So the way we sell ourselves to every other person around us determines how they receive us. Even that's how the devil will take you. The devil listens to what we say. He acts based on our words. So if you actually want to build a very good self-confidence or self-esteem, you need to start changing your confession. See yourself the way God sees you in Genesis 1, 26, 27.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yeah.
So I believe you've been able to tell us a few points on how to develop an excellent self-esteem, which means accepting yourself, because it's the way you accept yourself, you will equally sell yourself out.
People,
So I would like to know, what are your last words, your advice to people suffering low self-esteem or who has no self-esteem at all, and to people who has high self-esteem, how they can sustain it?
Yeah, going back to where I started from, anyone who is out there suffering from low self-esteem, know that it is not meant for God for you to have that kind of feelings. It's a feeling that can be dealt with over time. Low self-esteem is not God's plan for any man. It's a trait from the devil. It's a trait that came over the time from people who have spoken negative words into your lives. So there are ways that we can actually build ourselves in having an excellent self-esteem. Avoid negative words. Avoid bad confessions. There are people around us that you know that speak negative things into your life. Avoid them. Do away with them. Don't even go near them. Believe in yourself. Build your self-confidence. One thing about self-esteem is confidence. It doesn't matter how hard that thing is, you can actually do it. Lastly, on this page, remember that self-esteem, when it is low, when not dealt with, leads to depression. Depression is a very dangerous tool of the devil to take away lives. In fact, it has killed so many people. Suicide and all of that. So when you don't deal with this low self-esteem, it leads to depression. Depression brings along hypertension. Hypertension carries along cardiac arrest or heart attack. And over the time, led into stroke. And from stroke, it brings about death. So for us to avoid any issue that has to do with all of these things, avoid negative mindsets, change your environment, confess good words, pray. Do you know one thing I've discovered, Tommy?
What's that, Mom?
Medically, they said prayer is this tension.
Wow.
I'm telling you, when I found out, I said, God, I pray when I walk, when I eat, every time. Prayer is this tension, and that is why when you pray, you find out that you are released from depression, from tension.
Your worries.
So pray, and pray all the way. Speak in tongues if you can, and then you'll be fine.
Thank you very much, Ma, for these few words of yours, because I believe you still have a whole lot more to say, and we really appreciate it. We thank all our viewers, and this is the conclusion of today's edition on developing an excellent esteem. I believe as we go forth in life this week, through to the weekend, over to next week, I believe that for anybody suffering from low self-esteem, God will help you with this, our few words, and from studying the word on how to build an excellent self-esteem. As I hand over to my co-anchor, Pastor Femi, who will close for today.
All right. Thank you so much, Mrs.
Tomilolo.
God bless you so much. We're so happy that you came today as our guest, and we can all see that you've done justice to the topic that we have today, and we cannot but say God bless you. And to my co-anchor today, Mrs. Tomilolo Daniels, God bless you so much. And just before we round up, I have some of the comment people say, Harry, I just want to read them out before we close today. Somebody said it is called self-esteem because it has to be built by the individual involved. Another person says, wow, Genesis 1, verse 26 to 27 gave us the perfect expression of God's feeling about our identity and about our esteem, self-esteem. Philippians 4 verse 13 says, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Somebody also says, see yourself the way God sees you. And God said, let us make man in our own image, after our own likeness. And God said, let them have dominion. And you know every other thing written in the verse. So we want to say thank you, every one of you all over the world that joined us on this platform today on this edition of Hangout. God bless you. Remember, we are the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG Graceville. Join us this same time next week as we talk about another important topic. See you next week. God bless you. Thank you.
It's getting slippery now. Oh, get up, soldier. This is not your rest. You slept alone. You slept alone. Come home, child. This is not your rest. You've strayed too far. It knows you're lost. This is not the war you've always known. These manifest change in your prayers. And I'll be Zion, sing a song in a foreign land. This is not who you